Hello and welcome to the predictions video for the Royal Rumble 2019. Now this is my first ever wrestling predictions video, so hopefully it's going to go well. I think it's probably going to go better than my football predictions video because there's kind of logic that you can apply to this, whereas there's never any logic in football. So just looking at the card for this show, and I noticed that there's no Raw Tag Team title match and there's no Intercontinental title match on the card at all. I don't think the Intercontinental title will be defended. I think they could possibly maybe stick another match on the pre-show or somewhere on the card for the Raw Tag Team titles, but I'm not really bothered about seeing that, to be honest. They've not really piqued my interest at any point. So we'll start off with the pre-show and the Cruiserweight Championship match between Buddy Murphy, Akira Tozawa, Hideo Itami and Kalisto. I'm going to be honest with you and tell you that I don't actually watch 205 Live. I've seen bits of it here and there. I've heard good things about it and that it's really got a lot better over the past few months. So I should probably start watching it. I quite like what I've seen of Buddy Murphy so far. Akira Tozawa, I quite enjoyed him when he was being showcased on Raw. Hideo Itami, of course, he was brilliant in NXT. And Kalisto is Kalisto. So in this match, with no knowledge, I'm just going to say that the champion's going to retain. Buddy Murphy to win. Second match on the pre-show is the US title match between Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. And I think Rusev's going to win this one. Not much build has happened for this one. Nakamura just assaulted Rusev's wife a couple of weeks ago on Smackdown. And then the next week it was announced that they'd be facing each other at the Royal Rumble. Now, it is a bit annoying to see the US title being put on the, not just being put on the pre-show, but also not really being showcased that much on TV. So hopefully after the Royal Rumble, once Rusev beats Nakamura, they're going to put a bit of effort into the US title picture, because I think it needs that. If you look at what Raw's done with the Intercontinental title, I mean, Bobby Lashley's champion, yeah, I don't really like him, but they've managed to showcase it, and I guess that's because Lesnar's away and doing his thing with the Universal title, his thing, which is basically sitting at home and getting money. But he's doing his thing with the Universal title regardless. So the Intercontinental title's kind of become the number one title on Raw whilst he's away. So I kind of get that, but I would just like to see a bit more effort put into the US title. But Rusev's going to win. Now on to the main show, and we'll start with the Smackdown Tag Team Championships. It's obviously The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro against the best tag team in the world, Shane McMahon and The Miz. Now, The Bar's been tag team champions for quite a while now. I'm not sure how long exactly, but it's been a while. And it would seem to be that they're setting up for, in my opinion, I think, they're setting up for a Shane McMahon The Miz match at WrestleMania. So I think it would only make sense for Shane McMahon and The Miz to win the tag team titles on Sunday, so that further down the line, maybe an Elimination Chamber or a Smackdown episode at some point, they can lose those through The Miz maybe turning his back on Shane McMahon or vice versa, and then that starting rivalry to culminate at WrestleMania. Well, hopefully The Miz would win because Shane McMahon's already won the World Cup despite not being a full-time wrestler. So unfortunately for The Bar, I think they're going to lose their titles on Sunday. But at least Sheamus got to kick Shane McMahon square in the face before losing his titles. Next up, the Raw Women's title, Ronda Rousey against Sasha Banks. Now, Sasha beat Nia Jax to win her place in this match at the Royal Rumble on Sunday, and I don't really think she's going to win. I know there's rumours of Ronda ending her WWE career after WrestleMania, but then there was more rumours this week saying that she's actually got a contract till 2021, so she'll not be leaving, or she might be doing a Brock Lesnar type deal where she just comes back for special occasions. But regardless, I kind of see Ronda holding the title at least up until WrestleMania. I think she's going to fight Becky or Charlotte, or maybe both of them. So don't think Sasha's going to win. They've done their best to build this rivalry up. It's probably good. It's going to be a good match. But I mean, Ronda's promo on Monday was a bit weird, wasn't it? Something about being in her shoes with her hair. That's a bit strange, Ronda. Sticking with the women's division, and it's SmackDown women's title now. It's Asuka, the champion, against the man, Becky Lynch. And as much as I'd love the man to win, I think she's got bigger and better things to look forward to at WrestleMania, like I said. So I'm going to have Asuka to win on Sunday, but I don't think it'll be clean. I think there's going to be interference from either Ronda or Charlotte. But I don't think Becky's walking away with the title, and I don't think she should lose clean either. I mean, she can probably afford it because she's so popular, but I'd rather she didn't. So I'm going to go with an Asuka win on Sunday. Next up, the WWE title match with the new Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. Now, it's been a bit weird. There's been a lot of concourse kind of promos going on Smackdown the past few weeks. I quite enjoyed the Daniel Bryan one. I thought at the time it seemed like something different, which was nice. I liked AJ Styles, the fact that he came out and then walked through the crowd to get to the concourse when he could probably have just gone backstage to get there. I liked that. It's different, I guess. I don't think his promo worked as well for me. And to be honest, I'm kind of struggling to dislike Daniel Bryan. I know he's supposed to be like whiny and just like guilt tripping everyone, but he does make some good points in his promos. Now, when thinking about all these predictions, I've got to kind of bear in mind who I've chosen as the Royal Rumble winner as well, and it kind of has an effect on things. So I'm gonna say Bryan's gonna retain. I think it would be too early now for him to lose the title, but he might do it by heelish ways, just so that AJ's got a chance for a rematch, because I don't really see who else can possibly challenge Bryan for the title at WrestleMania other than AJ Styles. Put in the comments who you think is going to challenge Daniel Bryan, or if you think AJ Styles is going to win, who do you think is going to challenge him at WrestleMania? But I think it's going to be Bryan Styles again at Mania. So Daniel Bryan to win on Sunday. Next up is the Universal title match between the Beast Brock Lesnar and not the Demon, Finn Balor. Now, I would like to think that Finn's going to win. I'd love Finn to win, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think this is just holding off for whatever Brock's got planned for WrestleMania. I don't see Brock Lesnar losing the title to Finn Balor. I'd love it if it happened, like I said. I've got Brock Lesnar to win on Sunday over Finn Balor. I think Balor's going to do a pretty stern effort. I don't think it's going to be a squash match by any means. And I think he's going to get quite a bit of offense in. But I think Brock Lesnar's just going to do an F5 or 2 out of nowhere and get the victory and retain his Universal title. Next up is the Women's Royal Rumble. Now, there's 2 people that I can think of that would really make sense to win this. Of course, they're probably going to pick someone just out of a hat, someone random, Carmella or something. But I think it's going to be between Charlotte and Becky Lynch. So if Becky Lynch loses, as I've predicted, against Asuka, I'm guessing that's going to be earlier in the night. So then she could insert herself into the Royal Rumble. And if she wins, then I'm assuming she would go after Ronda Rousey, and then they'd have that big match. But then there's also the idea of Charlotte getting involved in that somehow. So Charlotte won, then she might choose Ronda Rousey, but then Becky Lynch would have to insert herself somehow. I don't really understand how it's going to work. It's a toss-up. I'm going to go with Becky Lynch. I think it's Becky Lynch's year. She's going to win the Royal Rumble. She's going to have a match with Ronda. Charlotte may or may not get involved in that match. And Becky is going to be champion at WrestleMania. And finally, the Men's Royal Rumble match. Now, this one has got quite a few people that I think could possibly win it. So we've got Seth Rollins, who is obviously getting back up to the top, and it would be pretty decent to see him beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. But then we've got Drew McIntyre, and he's not won the Universal title or a top title, apart from the Intercontinental title, in WWE before. I'd quite like to see him versus Brock at WrestleMania. I know it's not really got that big name pull to it, but I think that would be a really good match. Of course, there's always the option of John Cena as well. If he gets another opportunity at the title, he could be on for the record. And if John Cena beat Ric Flair's record at WrestleMania, that would obviously be a massive moment. On the SmackDown side of things, not really many that I could think of. I'd love Rusev to win, but I don't think he will. Don't even think he'll be in the Rumble match. I hope he is. I've not actually checked who's in it. I don't know if they've announced it yet, but I don't think he'll win. I think Andrade, he's lost 2 names. I think he could possibly be an outsider to win, but then it would be heel versus heel at WrestleMania, unless my other prediction in Daniel Bryan winning is wrong. So I think I'm going to go... I was going to play it safe and go with Rollins, but I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre to win the Royal Rumble on Sunday and face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania and beat him for the title. That's all my predictions. Please let me know your predictions in the comments below. If you liked the video, hit the like button Feel free to subscribe to my channel to get all my content when it comes out. And watch the Royal Rumble on Sunday if you're a wrestling fan, of course. If you're not a wrestling fan, it's kind of a bit weird that you're watching this. I'll just assume you are a wrestling fan. So watch the Royal Rumble on Sunday. Follow me on Twitter at Andrew J. Thompson. I'll be live tweeting the Royal Rumble and putting my thoughts to what's happening. Hopefully there's nothing weird. I hope we don't see Drake Maverick urinating. That was weird. I hope we don't see a random personal assistant walking in on Alexa Bliss or any of the other women's wrestlers getting changed, because that was weird as well. And I hope Vince McMahon doesn't talk about magic mushrooms. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.